farm members, welcome to this last week of July. And Farmer Ruben is just really happy that we've been successfully growing this romaine lettuce through the heat of July with the white plastic, which I've shown you in videos. This is something that he has had a goal for our CSA for a number of years, and so this is a real success, which I'm glad about because we've had a rough week this week with rain on our hay and a tractor that is out of commission. Ruben had, he said, the worst week of the summer yesterday, but that doesn't mean that everything is bad. Just sometimes things feel that way for a farmer. There's a lot of failures, and sometimes you see those rather than the successes. So here we have full-size candy onions. These are yellow. They should be sweeter than regular yellow onions that you get bagged in the store or that you see in the winter. Vidalia onions are a sweet onion that you're familiar with on a wide scale. These are called candy onions, and so they're a fresh onion that you'll want, that are great for salads and sandwiches and burgers and anything. They're, to highlight them, use them raw, but of course you can use them cooked as well. And then I've got some bread on top of my box so it doesn't get smashed. Our box packers are really great at packing everything well and beautifully. So this is, I wanted to show you the Sunshine gluten-free bread. It's very yellow because of the the millet grain that is in it. If anyone you know is gluten-free, bread is a real struggle, but this is a great option for you. It's made here, right at Willow Haven Farm with all organic ingredients. I also chose some other breads. Honey wheat is a nice, more plain bread that is a favorite of our customers. And this is a darker one, a pumpernickel rye, maybe with a pumpernickel with raisins. Let's see, I think I missed that onion earlier. And then we have eggplant. So this is a very dark, slender eggplant. So this style is usually a Japanese eggplant. I'm gonna try and get together a picture that shows all the different varieties of eggplants because I think they're so beautiful. What I would do with these is just slice them up into small rounds and use them in your cooking, in your stews, your stir fries. Roasted eggplant is really good. And I've got a few more of these in my box. Now the next thing that's on top is the berries, because we don't want them to get crushed. So the blackberries are here, and the organic blueberries from Emmanuel Farm. I have to hide that stuff so that I get it rather than the kids eating it. They get a chance to eat the fruit when they're out working and packing boxes. I also try to hide my cherry tomatoes because they are the ones that pick these, and they can eat all kinds of them. They do eat all kinds of them. Hopefully we're always getting enough for our members. And there's always some that, we can't send you, so they're gonna pop them in their mouth. It's pretty irresistible because they're so sweet. These are our fresh tomatoes. They're hybrids, so they're not heirloom tomatoes. Hopefully we'll have some of those that we can send out to you as well in future weeks. This rain is not good for them. The heirloom tomatoes are even more flavorful than a fresh red tomato, but they're more susceptible to disease and cracking and going bad really quickly. But these hybrid tomatoes, it does not mean they're genetically modified. It's just the process of breeding plants, cultivating them to get the product that you want. And these are very highly productive plants. They're nice and uniform for everyone. They are not susceptible to disease. They are not susceptible to cracking as much. So they're just a good, very reliable, flavorful, fresh tomato. I have some nice big slicing cucumbers in my box today. Most of the times the kids will just slice them up and eat them. And we love making cucumber salads where you just slice them up really thin and mix them with vinegar and dill and salt, or the creamy kind with yogurt and dill and salt. We love both of those options. And we talked about basil with the flowering stems last time, so if you missed that video, just go back one post to last week's post and listen to the video. I'm still pulling out little Japanese eggplant because we're giving you what would fit in a quart. So it would fit in a quart standing up if they would, but we're not going to use quarts for packing everything in your box. It would take up too much room, and these don't really get crushed. They're on top, but they're just kind of laid in here as best we can. So I've got a bunch of, I've got 2 of these yellow summer squash with the green tips. They're a nice variegated style variety. This one, they gave me a funny looking one. It looks like 2 that grew together. So, you know, plants have twins too, you know. And then these are our summer squash. The patty pan, looks like they give me twins of these as well. My kids are in the pack barn packing boxes, and so I get special treatment sometimes. Sometimes they give me the bigger stuff. Sometimes they know that mom can handle something that looks funny or has a little crack like this one. I'll just cut it, or actually my kids who help me in the kitchen will end up cutting this. So food doesn't have to go to waste when it's just a little odd or ugly. Hopefully you guys are learning that too. We try not to send terribly ugly stuff, but sometimes we're forced to, and we only send it if we know that it's in really good condition for you. Here are the jalapenos. The thing with hot peppers that's really interesting is that they all grow together in the same bed. They grow in the same plants. We're picking down the line, and you can take a bite out of one of these and you'll say, huh, that's not too hot, I can handle that. And then you'll pick a different one and your mouth will burn up. You know, jalapenos are just kind of in the lower mid-range of heat when it comes to hot peppers. There's a lot of hot peppers that are grown in that same range. Jalapenos are a classic, but you'll find that there's a variation in the heat of each pepper a lot of times. Sometimes even different parts of a larger pepper will have different, will feel a different heat. Some of you are also getting Hungarian wax peppers. They're the same heat range as the jalapenos but they come in different colors, so they're really fun to color up your salads or your salsas or whatever it is that you're making. More peppers. Here are your classic bell peppers, green variety, and here's a teaching tip for you. Bell peppers, green bell peppers are the immature pepper, and as we let green peppers stay on the plants, and they will slowly turn different colors. So a red pepper or a yellow pepper or an orange pepper is a ripe pepper, and that's why it's sweet. And the green pepper is the immature variety that's not ripe yet, so it does not have the sugars in it that come from the sun that make it sweet. That is also why hot pepper, colored peppers are more expensive in the store than green peppers, because it's a lot easier to pick green peppers and get a whole bunch of them. Waiting longer, having something that matures longer, makes it more valuable. You don't get it till later in the season. That means here in the north, our season is shorter because it's only going to be a couple weeks in September, maybe October, depending on when we get frost, which kills the plants, and then there's no more peppers. At least not here in Pennsylvania. All right, these are your American or Italian globe eggplant, classic style that most of you think of as eggplant, nice and dark purple. This week, yesterday in fact, I took eggplant, I sliced it in half, and then I scored each side, drizzled olive oil and pepper and salt on it, roasted it in the oven at 350 until the flesh was soft, and then we scooped it out, added the scooped eggplant flesh to a meat and sauce that I had cooking on the stove, and then that became the filling, and we scooped it back into the shells of the eggplant, and we had stuffed eggplant. I have leftover filling. I made a whole bunch of that meat filling, so I'm going to probably use it for stuffed zucchini, stuffed patty pans this week as well. Maybe I'll find some more ugly ones to stuff. So I'll try to, let's see, did I get it? Yeah, we had a feast day yesterday for St. James the Apostle. That was his assigned day to celebrate, which is a very popular Spanish festival in Spain. Some of you will know that, and other Spanish-speaking countries. And since we have Mexicans and Cubans, and let's see, a Puerto Rican, and another guy whose family's background is a little bit from Spain, we celebrated Spanish style with a lot of different Spanish recipes, and I found a stuffed eggplant recipe, so I thought that would be perfect. I've got some red cabbage, which a couple days ago I just sliced up and sauteed lightly with some butter and some salt and pepper, and we enjoyed that. It sweetened up a bit, and we enjoyed that for supper. And then we have the green cabbage, which often we'll just shred or slice up and make a big batch of coleslaw and take it to a picnic or something. It's great because it fills a hole, everybody gets plenty, and everybody loves my coleslaw recipe. So that is everything in my box today. Let me see if there's anything that I forgot or I wanted to highlight. I didn't bring anything here with me. I did the bread, so I think I'll call it a day because I gave you a lot of information, but please, we come to the store on the weekends. We're open on Friday and Saturday. We have things in here that sometimes we can't put on Harvey, so give us a visit. You'll please look for our jams and jellies that we're making every week with the extra fruit that we have. Maybe there'll be some more apricot preserves, because we had some that weren't good enough to send out, but that's great for jam. And look for the homesteading conference. The link is now live. You can go and make your selections and register for the homesteading conference and for pizza night. Great. Look forward to seeing you. Have a great day.